Morning, YouTube. This is Bob here, trying to figure out what my next project is. I just installed the points condenser, the spark plug wires, plugs. There's a whole bunch of lights here I gotta go through and figure out. I got these reverse lights. These are the kind that I actually is on there right now. That's broke. These are the 92 WDs. Signal set SIGL or SIGNAL dash SAP. Anyways, I don't know if that's a brand or what. Hey guys, I'll spill my coffee there. Anyways, I'm still plugging away trying to get this thing going. I got some clearance lights I had to buy for this. For the back and front, I was missing. Got another one here for the top front. Anyways, some of them are LED, some of them are old style. Just trying to find what I can without having to spend too much money. And right now I'm just cleaning up the house. The Delco Ramey coil that's in my engine over here, I think it's still good. I'm going to leave it. I don't like changing too much at once. Plugs, well, for one thing, it wouldn't hardly start here recently. I couldn't get it to start. And so I went ahead and just decided to try to do a tune-up, with plugs, plug wires, distributor cap, rotor. I did buy another coil. Usually the points condenser is the number one thing that causes this to not start. If all of a sudden it's running, then it doesn't. Then I check the points condenser. It's usually the old setup. Leaving a key on will cause it to not work. It'll actually fry the points condenser. Anyways, so I went ahead and I bought the a new one, and I tried to go to AC Delco because I thought maybe it'd be better luck. Spark plugs. But I figured, go to as close to stock as possible. And that was my intent, was to hopefully just replace what was already there, but it didn't work out that way. Actually, what was in there was a point and condenser, where the AC Delco version is points condenser, but the condenser is actually mounted solid to the points body itself. I can get you a picture, but I don't want to back that up right now. Anyway, so I think I can find it. What I wound up doing was the bad thing about the AC Delco style is the way they mounted that condenser to the points. It's more like this, and so you couldn't get anything in here to check the gap, right here. And so I have filler gauges to be able to do that, but they wouldn't work on this type of system because that is in the way. The condenser is. Anyways, usually you use something like this, which is the angle feeler gauges. You just get the ones you want. For me, 19,000s. You can slip in there and you get your gap right and set it. And then you can kind of tweak it with this screw here. And then you're supposed to check the dwell too. I don't have a dwell meter. Well, I do, but it's old and I don't even know if it works. But so with the new one, it's actually, forget having a wire on there. It's mounted straight right here with no wire. And there's a little copper band, that goes from here to here. And that's how it works. But because it sticks out so far, you can't get anything in here. So I had to use a welding orifice cleaner, and I managed to use my calipers, and I figured out which diameter I needed, which was 19 thousandths. I was able to bend it enough to where I could slip in there and check it. And I think I got it pretty close. I'll play with it. I tried to start it up, but the battery was just about dead, so I thought, well, I'll go ahead and charge that up, get a full charge. Maybe I'll try to start tonight. Like I said, it run fine, and then all of a sudden it just went dead. And I played with the ignition so much because someone had hot wired it and had the switch all screwed up. I think that may have been what caused that points condenser to prematurely fail. But I don't know. I won't know until later. See if that fixes it. That was the only thing I really replaced that I thought would be the problem. The only other thing else is the coil or the voltage regulator, which I doubt is the voltage regulator. But and it could be the coil. It almost wants to start. It's like if you crank it, and it almost wants to start, and then it doesn't. And I tried. I know if I threw some starting fluid in there, it probably would start. But that just tells me I'm getting a weak spark. You know, I'm getting something, just not enough. And so that's the plan. I'll go on ahead and let that battery charge up. See if it'll start up tonight. I know I'm going to have to check the timing because I moved the distributor when I was trying to figure out the points. I had to loosen it up and rotate the distributor itself. By the way, you know, they're pretty solid. They work great. You know, I may put a toggle switch on mine so that if you do have a key on, you still got to have a toggle switch in position and have it lit up to tell me that I need to go ahead and turn that on. That way, you know, if I do wind up like that, or you can actually disable your vehicle that way. It's like a kill switch. You know, if you don't have electricity going to the coil, you're not going to be able to start the vehicle. But I just want to make sure, you know, that's the biggest number one thing a points condenser, other than you got to check them occasionally, you know, to make sure they're not too far out of whack or there's no carbon fouling. But, you know, I'll put a toggle switch up on the dash and I'll go on ahead and do that as a safeguard. But they are pretty bulletproof. It's just a mechanical, you know, switch is all it is. But there are things, Petronix makes it's what they call a points eliminator. There's for like this older vehicle, it's like 55 to 74. They have what's called it's a points eliminator, but the part number is 1181. I went ahead and bought the 1181 LS because it runs off the lobes. I've heard about the 1181 version where the little magnets on the flywheel that goes underneath your rotor, the glue will come off. Now I don't know if it's heat or bad glue or what, but occasionally that happens where you'll start misfiring, and because one of the magnets fell out. And that's, you know, each cylinder has its own magnet underneath the flywheel. It goes underneath the rotor and the distributor. And the one I bought, the 1181 LS, should be, you don't even have to pull the coil. You just have to run the wire, you mount it, and it just reads the load. That's all it does. And it's self-adjusting. It's supposed to increase your fuel mileage tremendously. And for old Stepvans, they're pretty much a brick on wheels. So, you know, anything you can do to help the gas mileage is good. But I bought that on Amazon. Or no, I actually bought it from Speedway Motors online. And I should get that hopefully in a couple of days. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully the points condenser fixes this problem. Like I said, I have a brand new coil here. I bought the value crap. I'm thinking I should have got I may take it back and get the next one up. I think looking the value craft up is like 30,000 volt that it puts out. I think I want something closer to 40,000. Make sure I get a hotter spark. And I gaff my plugs about 35 thousandths, which they say 35 to 40 thousandths is normal on Chevy V8 350 small block. Anyways, that's all I have. Just another update. I don't know much. I've been kind of cleaning up stuff and wiping stuff down. I haven't got anything done. If I get it running, then I'm going to put the LED lights on. Right now, my focus is getting it running. The LED lights will be next. And by the way, I see Stepvans that don't have any clearance lights on them. And FedEx, for one, I followed one the other day, and I thought, well, that's kind of odd. No clearance lights on the top, you know, corners. So I took some pictures, and I can't really find anything that says when you got to have them or when you don't got to have them. But I'm pretty sure they should have them. And maybe they're on there. I just couldn't see it because they're just low profile. But from what I've seen, I couldn't see them. And so it makes you wonder, you know, if the light's not there completely and the hole's covered up, if they even count that as, you know, needing to have a clearance light. I know one of my friends on YouTube, they did a video, you know, for me and, you know, just in general because they want to put it out there. If a clearance light's there, that has to work. I'm wondering if the clearance light is completely removed, doesn't, you know, you have it, your vehicle's more for looks on the outside, you know. If it matters, if they're going to say, well, you should have clearance lights in all the corners, but I don't know. Anyways, I don't really have much to show you. Shaking this around. I'm going to switch this mode here. Anyways, all the new stuff. I got oil leaks and stuff I got to take care of. New switch, all that stuff. I've still got a lot to do. A lot of stuff to do. Anyways, that's all I have. Thanks for watching.